Wow, good evening, my viewers. Always a pleasure, a wonderful time. Like I've always said, to come to your house every Friday night. My name is Reverend Ruth Kayo, and this is the Virtuous Woman Show. I read this joke somewhere, but this joke has a very profound truth in it. This is what the joke said, that Christmas is always in my mind 12 months before it comes, and also in my visa bill 12 months afterwards. Hey, as you ponder on that joke, the last time we talked about the meaning of Christmas, and there we also did a show about how Christmas was then and in this time. But today we are going to look at how do we conduct ourselves during Christmas. There are so many things that we do during Christmas time. Some things promote the spirit of the season, like giving to the poor, like spending time with our friends and families, like going to visit the sick in hospital. Yet, there are those who do things that really don't promote the spirit of the season. Excessive expenditure, excessive alcohol and drug taking, promiscuous sex, of which the results have been witnessed. We've seen young girls getting pregnant, teenage pregnancies during Christmas. We've also witnessed the spread of HIV and AIDS during this season. With me today, I have a wonderful friend. This is not her first time here. I know she has interacted with us before, and she has been a blessing to us. Reverend Zipporah, you look beautiful, you look wonderful. You are always a blessing. And this comes right from my heart to tell you that we are always happy to have you in the Virtuous Woman Show. Karibu Reverend, na utusalimie, na utuambie siku yako inaendeleaje.
Habari zenyu wa Kristo na wananchi wa mji wa Nakuru County. Ninataka kuwasalimia nyakati hizi zenye ni msimu wa Krismasi nikisema Merry Christmas na Mungu azidi kuwabariki.
Asante sana Reverend. Sasa Reverend, wakati kama huu, we've seen people ambao wameji-engage kwa vitu ambavyo sio vizuri, like excessive drinking, excessive going out. Parents that sometimes don't even go out, like to drink and to do those things. They've left their children with house girls at home, but how wameenda nje kukuwa na nice time na marafiki. Please, what do you say about that?
I want to begin by saying, when we lose the purpose of our season, or the purpose of why we are celebrating that season, it is very easy for us to indulge in the things that are not right. Mm-hmm. I want to say that when many of the youngsters, as Pastor Ruth you are saying, have indulged themselves in things that are not right during Christmas period, it's because they have not desired to know what exactly is Christmas. But I wish they had the information that Christmas is celebrating a Redeemer has been born into the world. Mm-hmm. A Son has been given to us. And because of that, there is redemption and there is forgiveness of sin. And the world has become a better place because Christ is the only way. I wish they would understand that Christ is the reason for this season. And that they would want to do what really profits them, not what destroys them. I want to speak to the youth as I start with this point and tell the youth, there is a better way of celebrating Christmas rather than excessive drinking, excessive partying, rather than even indulging in sex that is not formal. It is so important to be able to know that Christmas can be of great help to them and can be a turning point in their lives.
Yeah.
How I wish the youth would look at Christmas in a moment of thanksgiving, or an experience of thanking God for what they have gone through in their lives.
Reverend Zipporah, how can we involve our parents, the woman that is listening to us this evening? How can we involve them to be in the lives of their children during this Christmas time?
One thing I want to thank God for this program, The Virtuous Woman. A virtuous woman means that you are broken to a point that you are able to lift other people. And a woman who is broken in spirit and who desires and who has a desire of letting her children know the Lord, it is especially at moments like this during Christmas that she would have a desire to speak to the children. And the children of today, you don't need to force them to accept things. You need to start a conversation with them. You need to make them your friends. You need to reach out to them in a manner that they don't feel condemned or judged, but a manner that to show you are demonstrating your love to them. So at this moment of Christmas, women and parents at large, I would desire that we will reach out to our children, our youth, in another different manner. A manner of embracing them, accepting them, and bringing them to the conversation table so that you can both converse. And as you converse with them, you will be able to let them know that Christmas means Jesus died for them.
Reverend Zipporah, there are times whereby our parents have gotten so busy during this Christmas time. And there are some young mothers that are growing up. And during this Christmas time, they decide to send their children kwa shosho, mashambani. Na kwa shosho is very busy. Shosho hana time ya kuangalia characters za watoto at this particular time. While sisi, we are seated in town at the comfort of our homes, enjoying this Christmas season that begins in December. Watoto tumewatuma mashambani. Wamekaa na shosho. Uko kuna uncles, uko kuna cousins ambao wametoka somewhere else, wamekuja kukaa mashambani. We don't know their character. Sometimes watoto wetu wamefunzwa tabia mbaya during this season. Kindly, could you shed light to some parents, a woman that is looking at us and she's contemplating kupeleka watoto mashambani, ataenda kuwaona 25th morning. Please.
I want to thank God once again for this opportunity that we may have this platform to share this, because what Pastor Ruth you are saying is so vital and very crucial. I want to speak about more so to the single mothers. Single mothers have a habit that when their children cross school, they send them home to their parents. Lakini of late ninashukuru Mungu kwa sababu washosho wamerefuka.
Okay.
Nilisikia shosho moja akiambia msichana yake, mimi sitaki watoto. Wewe kaa na watoto wako uwatunze. Na nashukuru shoshozi wenye wamekuja kujua their right, that they don't have to be a dumping ground for their daughters to bring their children. And I also want to tell those young parents that are thinking it is merry time when their school holidays. So they think they and the husband, because they are young, they can make merry in town and take their children home. Once again, the responsibility of taking care of your children is your personal responsibility. And take it so vehemently, realizing that you will pay the price if you don't take care of your children. And as Pastor Ruth says, anytime you take your children home and you are not careful of the environment you are sending them to, there may be cousins, as you say, there may be even neighbors within the area they are staying who don't have a good mind or a mind that is safe to think that these girls or these young boys have come here, they need protection. They instead sodomize them and they instead rape these girls. So it is important for you to realize that even taking them home when you are not there, they don't have security or safety. You are their safety, you are their security. Parents, take care of your children during holidays. Take care of them every moment, because they need you. For one day, you will not be able to rejoice when you see your children going to the wrong direction.
There is this issue again, Reverend Zipporah, of cousins that will be receiving them this season. And you see, I'm talking this out of experience. When I was growing up during Christmas time, having been a pastor's kid, our relatives came, friends came to visit us. And there was the issue of parents don't care. Provided kukona mattress, imewekwa chini, everyone is sleeping everywhere. The big ones, the parents are being given the rooms. The children are told, you will all sleep maybe in the common room, the sitting room together. Parents are not careful. And this is a time whereby a lot of bad manners is introduced. Maybe during night times when they are sleeping. Please, could you shed light on that?
I would like to say, that parents for so long have been very ignorant. I know because of lack of enough space in a home, when visitors come, children are put together.
They mingle.
They mingle together, and they don't care whether they are older boys or older girls or younger ones. So they are put together. And sometimes people think that cousins don't have feelings. Human beings are human beings. As they are growing, everyone have physical feelings. And so when they are together, anything can erupt out of them. So it is important to know, how do I handle these youngsters even when they come to a home where there is no enough room? You can create a room for them, the girls on one side and the young men on the other side. We have heard of teenage pregnancies that occurred at such seasons.
Even between cousins and...
Between cousins and between cousins, and it's insense, it's wrong. So we need to be very, very, very careful. And I want to say, cousins are the worst enemies to your girls, or even brothers to your father.
And uncles.
Uncles, they are very bad people. Some of them come to your home with a mind that I'm going to seduce your daughter, and they think it's good. So don't also trust your uncles, your cousins, your neighbors. They are very good young men who are neighbors. Don't trust them. Trust only God and yourself for your children. I want to speak to parents. Be careful this Christmas. Don't you allow your daughters to be mishandled. And sons, also don't allow other men to mishandle you. Because even there's a lot of sodomy cases within even this county where cousins sodomize young boys. So be careful. We got to be watchful, because it's not a season that most of the people understand the purpose of the season. So because not everybody is aware of it and is not knowledgeable, so for your sake, let your children be careful.
There is the issue of parents again, going out. The young parents, the young generation, they call them the Y generation. They go out and they leave the children maybe with the house girl during this season. I know that there are people that are watching us. Maybe you are not saved, but this could help you through the wisdom of a mature woman of God. Like the Bible says, older women teach younger women. You could get some truths out of this that could help you. There is the issue of also young couples, the Y generation, thinking now they call it party after party, and they go out and the whole night, leaving the children with the house girl at this particular time. Kindly just shed a little bit of light on that, and try and help a young woman that is watching us.
I want to first of all thank God, because they are very wonderful house helps that the Lord has given, even in this nation and even in this county. We don't always want to talk that house help are bad people.
Yes.
Because we actually leave our children with them. So I want to say thank you for those house helps that have been wonderful people, that have nurtured and nursed our children in the proper way. But on the same way, in the same level, there are house helps that are very bad. But parents, because they are young and they want to have their life going on, they forget that their children, they are leaving their children with housewives they don't understand. I remember one lady telling me that she just engaged a house help 2 days earlier, and 2 days after she was going for partying. And I asked her, did you understand the house help, who she is? And she said, no, after all, she's able to take care of the children. And the very day she went for the party, this house help carried the baby, stole the child, because her mission there was to steal the child. So be careful. Not all house helps are good. But for you, because you are a Christian, understand the importance of not partying every moment. There are times you have to struggle to rear your children and bring them up. It's a time that is so difficult, sacrificing of those parties, but the children will grow. It doesn't take time for children to grow. Wait until the children have grown and you begin partying if you have to party. But I believe by the time the children have grown, you are not interested in partying.
This is the mission to the body of Christ. And I believe everyone, people tell me, I watch you, I watch you, I watch you. What about parents that would want to bring alcohol to homes at this particular time?
That's a very good question, Reverend Roth. And it's very debatable. And some people may not like my opinion. But I would say alcohol is wrong when it is brought at home, when your children are young. because they will tend to think what you see my daddy taking, it is good, I'll
Yes.
take. Children don't normally listen to the words you say. They follow what you do. So when you do what is wrong and bring it into your home, you are bringing sort of a disobedient and rebellious spirit taking place in your home. Because the minute you tell that child that don't drink or don't smoke, the child will look at you and say, but daddy, you do drink.
You brought it home.
You brought it home. I want to say those things that we are not sure of and they are not the right things, don't take them home.
So people should be careful how they conduct themselves this season. Born again and not born again. Wow. I believe you're tracking with us very well, and this is helpful because even for me, it is liberating. We are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will look at two things that are also loudest in our lives during this season: the spiritual aspect of a Christian and the excessive spending. How do we spend wisely when we come back? Keep tracking with us. You're a virtuous woman.